everybody. It's Bourbon Bill, and tonight, a very merry December 9th. It's the 9th day of the Bourbon Advent calendar. So thank you for sticking along on this somewhat rocky journey we've been having. Rita, unfortunately, will not be joining us tonight for this one. She did kind of set it up, but child's a little sick, so I thought, geez, I better get these filmed before I get sick too. And this whole thing goes even further down the toilet in performance. So she set me up with a sample here. It just says sample A and the answer key somewhere over there. So I didn't cheat, but I can't. Good Lord, another one. This has to be, who did this last time? This has to be Tim. This has to be one of Tim's samples. Good God, man. Luckily I kept the pliers around. What do you, dude, Tim's like a bodybuilder. Whatever bottles you bought, Tim, are incredibly strong tops. Alright, so look, if you're just joining us now, you'll figure out the rules as we go along. I'm not reading them again. Alright, color on this bad boy is trending in that dark category that I really like to see from these bourbons, okay? Love it. Love it. Let's give it a nosing. Gosh, this smells good. It really does. It's like creme brulee, oak, a lot of caramels, and like faint hint of chocolate even. Like it doesn't smell too old, but certainly doesn't smell young. It's not overly old though. I would say this is under 10 or less, I would say for sure on the nose. Let's give it a taste. That's quite good. Quite good. Okay, so it's got a good bit of heat to it. Not overly hot. It's very creamy, very viscous on the mouth. Long finish. I get like a mix of almost like a wheated funk and like cream, vanilla, caramel, and like the faintest hint of oak, but it's just not there. So I don't know. I feel like this is better put together than like Makers. So I'm thinking this is maybe it's like Weller Foolproof. Could be Weller Foolproof, but doesn't quite. Maybe it's a store pick. Doesn't quite smell as like usually strawberry forward as those are for me. Take a second sip. At the end of that one, I got a little bit of a strawberry hit on that. So I think it is. All right. So it's a bourbon. Specifically, I think it's a wheated bourbon. I think it's a Weller Foolproof. So proof, I'm going to go 114. Feels about right. Feels below 120, but you know, not quite as low as 100. I'm thinking that it's probably like 7 years old. That's my guess. 7 years old. Price, what are those? Like, we'll say $75 hairs. I think that's roughly what the price is on them. Distillery, Buffalo Trace, obviously, because I think it's Weller Foolproof. Alright, let me find the answer key. Well, hell, we got a bottle guess out of that, right? Oh, finished, no, by the way. It's not finished. But I believe it is a store pick. Let me get the answer key and see what we were drinking tonight and who sent it in. But buy that dang bottle, unless someone else jacked the tops on them. I think that was Tim. Oh, boy. First off, thank you, Tim. Tim Booma. Thank you, sir, for this. I was almost right, but wasn't. This is Maker's Mark Cellar Aged. The newest and hottest thing. I have not tried this yet. Thank you, Tim, for sending this in. Wow, gotta say, well, I was right, it was a wheated bourbon. I'm not sure what the proof is on that. Let me look that up quick. Alright, so I was really close on this one. I guess like 114 proof, because I thought it was Weller Foolproof. So it was a wheated bourbon. It is from Maker's Mark. The cellar age is like a blend of 11 to 12, so way off on the age. But you know, my concern about the cellar age was that it was going to end up tasting younger than the 11 to 12 year mix that it is, and bingo, kind of did. I said $75. I don't think I'd pay the $150 for that. If I saw it on the shelf, I don't think it's very good, but it doesn't rise to the level of like $150 bourbon to me. And they're like 115.7 proof or something like that, so I almost nailed the proof. We're finally back on track. finally got a pretty decent one, even though I didn't get it. This is pretty good. They're probably one of the best makers I've ever had, but it just didn't impress the level of a $150 bottle. So I'm going to save the rest of that sample, and I'll probably do some comparisons for you in a different video. So thanks, Tim. Thanks again. And thank you, everyone, for sticking with us here. And we'll see you tomorrow for December 10th. Have a good evening.